Good day, viewers at home. My name is Lebohang, and today we are going to talk about the difference between modern education and traditional education. The high rate of improvement in technology has affected the entire environment, including education, as well as learning assessment. For that reason, teaching methods have indicated a shift from the traditional testing practices to a modern way of assessment in institutions. The purpose for this lesson is to differentiate between traditional education and modern education and to determine if the shift from traditional testing practices to modern way of teaching in institutions is indeed vital. Now, let's look into modern education. This method of teaching is a learner-centered and activity-based teaching method which is used to get students fully involved. This approach recognizes the student as the primary reason for curriculum planning and teaching. It is called constructivist approach because it enables students to construct his or her knowledge and skills through an active participation in the teaching listening process. Advantages of modern education can be learning becomes much more easier to engage in, meaning students are said to be enjoying education or their lessons when they are taught with this new method of teaching, which is modern way of teaching. The other one can be because every student learns differently, modern learning allows lectures to accommodate unique learning styles in different individuals. Disadvantages of modern education can be because students nowadays have access to internet, they tend to be lazy to research and copy and paste everything from Google. Now, let's look into traditional method, also known as conventional education. It is carried out by means of recitation. For example, students are supposed to, after each lesson, go one after the other in front of class to recite the lesson. The teacher would then listen to the students' recitations. Students are also expected to study and memorize assignments. At the end of the module, a test or examination will be conducted to check if they have indeed learned. Advantages of traditional education can be communication. Students are able to communicate with their teacher and ask questions if necessary. Advantages of traditional education can be students depend on their teachers on everything for everything. They tend to be very lazy to think out of the box and ask questions from their teacher. When it comes to education, people often want to know what works. However, the plain and simple truth is that as much as everything works, some way. It is unlikely for it to work everywhere, let alone for everyone. Now, after we have discussed these two methods of teaching, I need you viewers at home to tell me which one is the best for students in South Africa. Some universities are still using traditional method because they are saying that it is the best for their students. Some universities are shifting from traditional method to modern way of teaching. However, I want to hear from you, viewers at home, which method of education do you think South Africa should stick to? Do you think that we should stick to our old way of teaching, which is traditional method? Or do you think that we should use both methods in our institutions? Or do you think we should shift from traditional method to modern way of teaching? Thank you very much for listening. I thank you.